A person driving a car travels 300 kilometers in 5 hours. What was the average speed? So first, before we get started here, we calculate average speed when the speed of an object is changing. So if we think of a track here, so I'm just going to drive the path of a car, and let's say the car starts here. We'll call this point. We'll call it point A, and let's say it takes some crazy path that's 300 kilometers long, and let's say it ends right here, and let's call this path B. So the person's going to travel 300 kilometers, and that's going to be the path that's represented along this line right here. This line is 300 kilometers. So now let's get a car. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. It's a little big. Let's shrink it down. There we go. That's a good sized car to talk about. So the car starts right here. So when we're talking about average speed, it's not the instantaneous speed. So it could be going really, really fast at the start and then slow down. Then it's going to speed up over here, and then it's going to slow down around these turns. And then it's going to speed up here at the end because it sees the finish line. Boom. So the average speed doesn't care about the actual speed that the car is going at a certain time. The average speed is going to be calculated by doing the total distance divided by total time. So this equation right here, the average speed of the object is going to be the total distance divided by the total time. So if we look in our original problem, let's try to identify those. So the total distance traveled is going to be 300 kilometers. So this whole length along the track is going to be our total distance. And then our total time, that's just going to be the time that it says. So on this one it says that it's 5 hours. So this 5 hours. So whenever we get a problem like this, it's important that we identify the important information. So on this, the important information is going to be the distance and the time. So for this problem, the total distance is, like we already identified, 300 kilometers. It's really important that we write the units here. And the total time is just going to be 5 hours. So if we do that mental math, we're going to come up with 60 and then kilometers. So I'm just going to rewrite this over here so that I can get all the units. Just 1 second. Since the units are so important, I don't want to leave these units out of this. So it's going to be 60 kilometers and then per seconds. So, or per hour, sorry, excuse me. It's going to be per hour. Per hour. So remember, whenever we have a kilometer on top and an hour on the bottom, we can write that as a fraction over here in the units. And we could also, I saw a lot of people in class, and I'm okay with this, writing it kilometers per hour. Just remember that if we get on the test and there is a question about the units, that these two things are the same. So all average speed problems are set up and solved this way. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask me.